Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Crucible Chat. Yes, it's Saturday, it's that time of the week where I get to talk about whatever the fuck it is I want. My name is Mike, otherwise known as the Gadget Addict, and in the background you will see some Black Ops 3 gameplay. I think this is on Aquarium. I think I go even on this one. It's not my best gameplay ever, but I didn't have time to record something new, so I used some of gold. Anyway, what I wanted to talk to you today is the Curse of the Collector. Yes, I am, well, if you don't already know, I am a massive fan of collecting things. I have many, many collections that have cost me a lot of money over the years. For instance, even just looking in my room, I have a massive stack of pop vinyls, I have 7 guitars, I have a multitude of things that I just seem to acquire more of every time I go out shopping. But specifically what I wanted to talk about was collector's editions of games. Yes, because, again, if you pay attention to the channel, I love collector's editions. I've done a couple of unboxings this year, the Nightmare edition of Bloodborne, and the Pip-Boy edition of Fallout 4, both of which are fantastic, both of which I love. However, I get the feeling at the minute that games publishers, and I'm not saying developers here, because collector's editions, I believe, tend to be more based around a publisher's decision rather than a dev's. But I kind of get the feeling that they're starting to take the piss a little bit. Like, for instance, when Borderlands 2 was remastered for the current gen consoles, there was the, I think it was something like the Handsome Edition or the Claptrap Edition or something. Either way, you got a little remote control Claptrap, which, to be fair, much as I don't like Borderlands, and don't get me wrong, I've tried, I wanted to like Borderlands, I just couldn't get into it. But much as I didn't like the game, I really wanted to buy that because I wanted the remote control Claptrap. And that's to the point of my obsession with collector's editions. But the reason I think they're taking the piss now is they've just announced, like 9 months after the game's been out, a second one with a different version of Claptrap, which has a painted on mustache, and it's sort of the Gentleman's Edition, or something ridiculous like that. And it begs the question, why? Why the fuck are they doing this? The main one, though, that's really kind of put my heckles up is for Dark Souls 3. Now, obviously, you all know I adore Dark Souls. I'm obsessed by it. I love it. I love the Souls series and Bloodborne and Demon Souls, and oh my god, I love them so much. And Dark Souls 3 is going to have 2 collector's editions. One is the collector's edition, which has 25-inch statue, and these were kind of leaked from a retailer in the Middle East. The collector's edition with the 25cm statue is supposed to be something like $130, so that's what the price was on that site that was leaked. But then there is another edition, which I can't remember what it's actually called. It's something like the Master's Edition or something like that, or the Obsessive Edition or something ridiculous. But it's got a 40cm statue of the Lord of Cinder. And it's looking to be $490. I'm sorry, but much as I love Dark Souls, there is no fucking way on earth I am going to spend what equates to nearly £300 on a fucking statue. I'm sorry. But the problem is, my right mind says, fuck that, you're not going to pay that much for it. And then there's that little part in the back of my brain that goes, but you need it, you love this, you need both, why not buy both, it's only money. I don't know why he sounds a little bit like the Joker, but it's just like, oh, why do they do this to me? Because I love these collector's editions. I mean, hell, I've been going on eBay for the past few weeks, and I've just managed to finally managed to get a copy of the Black Phantom edition for Demon Souls. I already own Demon Souls, but the Black Phantom edition, that was one that upset me, shall we say, because I bought Demon Souls back in 2010, and I bought it second-hand from the now defunct Game Station, and I had Demon Souls second-hand for £20, and I had Demon Souls Black Phantom edition for £25, and I thought, I don't know, I don't want to spend the more money on a game that I might not like, and it turns out I adore it and I'm obsessed by it. And I thought for a £5 or more I could have had the collector's edition, and it's chewed at me for a long time. And I finally found it on eBay, and I bought it, and it's going to get delivered soon. And then, of course, eBay and their wonderful ways of getting you to spend more money put up, hey, you bought this, you might like this, here's the Dark Souls limited edition, which I also don't have because I bought the Prepare to Die edition of Dark Souls, and it's just, oh my god, it just twists around in your head, and it drives me insane. I mean, like, properly insane, like, ridiculous. But the the way they're doing it with Dark Souls 3, that's actually really annoying me. And then there's all the other ways, like the pre-order bonuses and stuff like that, which I know I've talked about on the channel before. But, like, say for instance, Black Ops 3, which you're seeing in the background here, I didn't pre-order from anywhere. Louise or Shadowfax gave me it because I won her competition. But there was the whole thing about, hey, you can get Nuketown if you pre-order the game. Actually, no, you can get Nuketown if you pre-order it from Game, the shop, rather than from Amazon or wherever. And I've seen quite a few people actually getting disproportionately annoyed about the fact that they don't have the Nuketown map. Because it was a pre-order bonus locked to either the digital edition of the game or to a single retailer in the UK. And in that case, I mean, that I'm not really bothered about. It's a map. But it's a growing trend where publishers are trying to get as much as physically possible out of gamers. And it's understandable because they want to make money. Making money is what they're in the business of. But at the end of the day, it smacks of bad faith. Because, like I say, with Dark Souls 3, the 2 special editions are fantastic. They're beautiful to look at. But why have 2 of them? Why gouge like that? If they just had the 40cm statue, and that was the only one, and it was still 300 quid, I'd probably be more inclined to actually get it. Because at the end of the day, then it is a thing. It exists. But it is not a thing that if I buy it, I can't get the other thing. Do you see where I'm going with this one? It's a bit of a strange concept to wrap your head around, but it's something that's actually really disproportionately annoyed me because at the end of the day, I don't have all the money in the world, much as I'd like all the money in the world, to buy these things. And I do have quite a lot of collector's editions anyway. I mean, even just looking in my little recording room right now, I've got a game-exclusive version of Fallout 3, which came with the Brotherhood of Steel statue. I've got the Half-Life 2 collector's tin, Halo Reach collector's edition. Countless other ones like Call of Duty Advanced Warfare Atlas Edition. I've got the Bloodborne Nightmare Edition, as I said. I've got the Pip-Boy for Fallout. I've got the Dark Souls 2 Collector's Edition downstairs, which has a nice big statue with it. And these are all things that I cherish and I adore. But it's going to reach a point where I'm going to have to stop getting these, and that annoys me beyond belief. I mean, like, when I bought The Witcher, I wanted so much to be able to buy the statue edition, which had this huge statue of Geralt fighting the Royal Griffin. I mean, that was £150, and to be fair, the statue is fantastic. But even then, it's more money, it's more money, it's more money. And all I want to be able to do is just buy a nice edition of a game that I can display proudly. Yeah. It's one of these things where publishers will always kind of gouge the money, and we as gamers either need to vote with our wallets or put up with it and just buy it all. And unfortunately, I'm in the camp where I'm probably going to end up buying it all. Anyway, that's all I've got to say. If you enjoyed this, please do leave a like and subscribe. Let me know in the comments below what you thought about this, and come back next week for more Crucible Chat. For now, though, thank you for watching. Good night.